What happened while we were away, brought to you by Good Luck Democrats, Part 2. Yesterday, Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen visited El Salvador to stand in solidarity and potentially visit with illegal alien deportee Abrego Garcia, whom he calls his constituent.
So I asked the vice president if I could meet with Mr. Abrego Garcia. And he said, well, you need to make earlier provisions to go visit CCOT. I just want to meet with Mr. Abrego Garcia. I asked him if I came back next week, whether I'd be able to see Mr. Abrego Garcia. I asked him if I could get on the phone, either video phone or just a phone, and talk to Mr. Abrego Garcia. He said he could not arrange that.
So that U.S. Senator was rightly rebuffed by El Salvador officials for trying to meet with Abrego Garcia. The media continues to lie about Abrego Garcia, obfuscating the fact he is a member of the MS-13 death cult gang. That was confirmed at the White House yesterday. Here's Caroline Levitt.
Kilmar Abrego Garcia is an illegal alien, MS-13 gang member, and foreign terrorist who was deported back to his home country. And when Kilmar Abrego Garcia was originally arrested, he was wearing a sweatshirt with rolls of money covering the ears, mouth, and eyes of presidents on various currency denominations. This is a known MS-13 gang symbol of hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil. Abrego Garcia was also arrested with two other well-known members of the vicious MS-13 gang.
The White House, along with the Department of Justice, also confirmed the Democrats' darling was also accused of beating his then-girlfriend in Maryland, according to court documents. In addition, according to the Tennessee Star, Abrego Garcia was ordered to be removed from Tennessee Highway Patrol custody by the Biden FBI after he was detained for suspected human trafficking back in 2022. Yes, this is the man the Democrat Party is going balls to the walls for, demanding he be sent back to the United States from that El Salvador prison. But the White House wasn't done. One of the aforementioned Senator Chris Van Hollen's actual constituents, Rachel Morin, was brutally murdered by an illegal alien much like Abrego Garcia back in 2023. Up until this week, Senator Van Hollen had remained mum about the matter. Rachel Morin's mother, Patty, joined the White House press room to share with the media the heart-wrenching and enraging details of her daughter, who was a mother of 5, her final moments before her demise at the hands of an illegal alien, much like Abrego Garcia.
He takes her into the tunnel, and he picks her up. He throws her against the wall. Blood is gushing from her head. Her hair is soaked in blood, and they showed us pictures of her body. Against the wall, the blood outlined her body, and you could see where the blood ran down around her as he was raping her. And then he threw her down and raped her some more. They said that when they did the autopsy on her neck, that one of the things they do is they open up the neck and they look to see how far the injury is. And they went all the way down as far as an injury is possible, hemorrhaging in the muscles because of how strong and violent the group was around her. Why are we not protecting the American citizens? It's just common sense. Why are we not protecting our children? And to have a senator from Maryland who didn't even acknowledge or barely acknowledged my daughter and the brutal death that she endured, leaving her 5 children without a mother and now a grandbaby without a grandmother, so that he can use my taxpayer money to fly to El Salvador to bring back someone that's not even an American citizen. Why does that person have more right than I do?
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, your thoughts.
And we also demand the return of Kilmar Abrego Garcia in El Salvador.
The contrast between this administration and its foes could not be more stark. In other news, New York Attorney General Letitia James is under a Department of Justice investigation accusing her of mortgage fraud. James is accused of listing her father as her husband on documents relating to the purchase of a home in Norfolk, Virginia, and falsifying documents to receive better loan terms on a home in New York. James says she's not afraid.
I'm focused. I'm prepared. I'm ready. I've been trained by the best. I went to Howard University.
Carmelo Anthony, the Texas teen accused of murdering star athlete Austin Metcalf in cold blood at a track meet, has raised hundreds of thousands, almost $500,000 for his legal defense and is now living in a gated community in a $900,000 home. The Daily Mail says his new neighbors didn't know Anthony was living there until he was released from jail earlier this week after his bond was reduced by 75%. His family is now selling merchandise with his face on it. Last week, HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. announced by September we'll have some answers on the cause or causes of autism. Yesterday, RFK Jr. went into more detail on what he's trying to accomplish.
And within 3 weeks, and probably we're hoping in 2 weeks, we're going to announce a series of new studies to identify precisely what the environmental toxins are that are causing it. This has not been done before. And we're going to do it in a thorough and comprehensive way, and we're going to get back to with an answer to the American people very, very quickly.
And finally, this.
I'm going to say the only 2 things in life that you worry about, whether you're healthy or whether you're sick. If you're healthy, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you're sick, you got 2 things to worry about. Whether you're going to get better, whether you're going to get worse. You get better, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you get worse, you got 2 things to worry about. Whether you're going to live, whether you're going to die. If you live, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you die, you got 2 things. Whether you're going to heaven, whether you're going to hell. If you go to heaven, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you go to hell, you got 2 things to worry about. Original or extra crispy?
That's comedian Mike Goodwin, and that's what happened while we were away.